All right, I'm off doing a loop of the Pemi Loop Wilderness. It's about noon today. Gonna do this in 4 days is the plan. Probably could do it in 3. I think it'll just be less fun. So I'm gonna do it in 4. Right now we are on the, crap, I already forgot the name of this trail, but I'm on it for about 1.4 till I hit the Osseo Trail. But it starts out nice and flat, it's on an old railroad bed. So a good little warm up, nothing too crazy here. All right, on the Osseo Trail now. I don't remember too much about this trail, but so far, climbing has been pretty easy. And the trail's been relatively smooth for the whites. So, can't complain about that. The weather today said there's potential for some thunderstorms. But it looks pretty nice and blue out right now. On the drive in here, did pass through one, so hopefully that was it. But if not, that's okay. This being kind of a shakedown hike, it'll be good to try out some of the stuff in not the best of weather conditions. So either way, it's fine. This is a really nice trail. I like it. All right, we're getting steep. It's looking almost like probably 30 to 45 degrees. But I think we're in the last push of the up for today. Well, last 1,200 feet or so. So let's go. Yeah, I definitely probably shouldn't be doing this. At least with the camera out. Frig. All right, first viewpoint we've got so far. And we can pretty much see all of where we're going over the course of the next few days. It's pretty nice out. I'm pretty stoked. Our objective is to finish the day by getting up over Mount Flume and over Liberty and down to the tent site. Looking like maybe those storms are gonna stay on the other side of Lafayette. Hoping. But either way, we're gonna book it. Best we can anyway. Definitely hearing some thunder rumbles, but they look pretty a decent ways away for now. I think we've got about probably 1.7 or 8 to the tent site. Top of Liberty, and we're not going to stick around here. Got about half a mile left down to tent site, and we're gonna book it. Now, where the heck is the trail? All right, so we made it all the way down to the Liberty Springs tent site. Got the tent set up here, and on the way down here I ran into a woman who will get up, won't get down, I think is her trail name. I already forgot, but she was working on the New England Daratissima, which is pretty awesome. And she's actually been on the AT since 2019. So that's pretty freaking cool. The rain stopped. We're getting I don't know if we're gonna get the greatest sunset here, but still hang out and watch. I'm gonna get my quilt set up and all that stuff. Already eaten dinner. All right, so it's about 7:30. Got the tent set up, everything's ready to go. I need to pull my quilt over. Already ate dinner. That's some like Backpacker's Pantry or Mountain House chicken tikka masala. Surprisingly good, didn't expect that. Beat the rain, so that was good. And I don't think we're gonna get really much, if anything, but it's fine. I'm on a platform. Yeah, pretty much just gonna call it a night from here. All right, day one done. All right, leaving the Liberty Springs tent site last night. It was a great little tent site. There's probably maybe somewhere between 9 and a dozen people there. Hung out with some folks, had dinner, pretty much went to bed by like 8. Didn't sleep the greatest, but I'm honestly not surprised. But I think from like 8 to 6, I managed to string together enough. Going to wipe that snot drip, and going to Little Haystack, Lincoln and Lafayette today, then to the Garfield shelter, which is right on the AT. This one's a little bit off, so not too many through hikers, but a lot of people doing the loop. Yeah, it's a nice day out. It's supposed to be nice and clear, so we should have a good day. I smell bad already. All right, about 1.8 and change in. At about a quarter mile to the summit of Little Haystack. Well, that's a real nice still spot. Not legal, but nice enough. Been a lot of mud this morning. That's all right. Feet are pretty disgusting anyway, so just keep going. Smells really good up here. I don't, but the spruce and fir trees do. The horseflies are out today. They sound like little drones.
that's cool.
I don't know if they do like the map thing. Weather's super comfortable. I can take my pack off. It's a nice enough breeze in the sun that clothes kind of dry out pretty quick. And this ridgeline is just awesome. And since it's a Tuesday, there's not quite as many people as normal up here. Ooh, watch where you're going. Alright, just came off of Lafayette. We are a little bit ways down the climb. We're down the descent from Lafayette, going to the Garfield Trail, the Garfield Shelter for the night, but over Garfield. But first we've got I've got like another 1,000 feet of descent over the next less than a mile, I think. So good morning, day 3. We just headed down from the Garfield Shelter down that waterfall of a trail. It's a pretty steep section, but look, it's not super slippery, so that's good. About a mile in, I just got out of camp this morning, didn't really eat breakfast, had a Pro Bar, and then a Snickers probably about half a mile ago. I'm gonna hit the hut, the Galehead Hut, in a little under a mile and a half after I hit Galehead in probably half a mile. And I'm gonna spend a little time at the hut, mostly just to get some water, take a washcloth to the pits, bits, and tits, and check the weather. I think it's supposed to be kind of just dreary today. May or may not clear out, but shouldn't get more than a shower, so. But this is a trail for now. It's not too bad, a little mucky, but whoa, but pretty good. After the hut is going to be probably about a mile climb up South Twin. Excuse me as I almost fall over. And that's going to be the biggest climb of the day, so I'm going to sit at the hut, get some food in me, get some coffee, use the facilities, and then hit that climb. Then we're pretty much over the Twin Way, over to Gio, and the Gio Shelter. And depending on what the weather's like tonight, what time I get there, we might do sunset on West Bond, because that's always super nice. All right, well, before I die, I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna spare you the walk and talk because this is steep. Doesn't really look it, but it's probably about a 28% grade-ish. This climb up from the hut to South Twin, it's about 0.8 and does about 1,200 feet up. So that's steep, and my camera is level. That is up. And then we turn around. Views were for yesterday, so that's what just came up. Got about 0.2 left to the summit. Was initially planning on doing North Twin. I already hit Galehead, but I didn't film anything, and spent a couple hours in the hut having some soup, talking to some other hikers, and getting out of the clouds. It's not raining. Everything is wet. The trees are pissing on you. But this is just being literally in a cloud. But only got about, a little over 2.5 miles left for the day to get to the Gio Shelter. South Twin. Look at those views. Incredible. All right, on the Twin Way, headed to the Gio Shelter, and the sun is kind of starting to come out. So, I am damp, moist, one would say. So I'm trying not to go too fast and sweat. It's a nice breeze, sun's coming out. I'm kind of trying to hike myself dry without sweating too much before I get to the shelter. It's supposed to clear up, I think, overnight anyway. Tomorrow should be a nice day to hike out, but it's nice to not be wet. So that's what we're working for. And we'll get to the shelter in plenty of time, so I'm not too worried about it. I think it's less than 2 miles away at this point. But got plenty of time. It's only like 2:30 or so. So, yeah. But I just thought this was nice because it's a relatively flat section, even though flat does not mean you're going fast. Because all of these friggin' things. But it's nice to be able to just consistently move without stopping to catch breath on the way up or giving the knees a rest on the way down. So at least that part's nice. Whoa! Sometimes even just for short spurts, it feels really good to just be able to take an actual normal step. The White Mountains might not be the biggest, but they are annoyingly rugged. Especially if you're trying to move fast. I'm not gonna try to move fast, I'm just trying to move it all. Been over to West Bond, that's that little peak there, over to Bond, and now we're headed down the trail over to, looking at Franconia Ridge again, back up to Bond Cliff. I don't know honestly which I like more, Franconia or Bond Cliff Trail, the Ridge Walk. This one I've done twice before. I've never had any views except for cloud and 50-60 mile an hour winds, which is why I now don't use pack covers because mine was too big and I almost blew off the side of the fucking mountain. Anyway, keep going. snacks. Found a bunch of blueberries. Well, I didn't find them. They're pretty much friggin' everywhere. But I'm gonna eat them. Almost to Bond Cliff. It's right there. All right, I hiked that the other day. All of that. Now, this one's for you, Joe. That's the way down. Yep.